So I should think we should start looking at this. Smith's, I'm going to call it a knight, so when you look it up on the internet it doesn't come up with chess clocks. And we're going to give this one a service in this series, which we'll start today. And I'm going to put them out at the same time as this one. So I'll probably alternate between videos. And this is a Chinese season alarm clock with a center seconds hand. Put that over here for now. So with this one, it's quite unusual because it's got this logo on there I've never seen before. It's like a knight from chess. There we go. And yeah, I don't know what it means. So I think it's quite an interesting one. So you need to take the winders off. Because the movement's filthy, as you'll see in a second. Alright, someone's already taken the nuts off here, but usually they'll be four to take off. And next thing to do is get the bezel off, like that, and you can see it looks like the bezel's been put on before it's been painted, because there's only paint at that bit at the bottom. Probably a better idea, to be honest, because otherwise there'll be paint that'll get rumpled up when you put the bezel on. Glass. And another interesting thing about this, it's the only Smith's clock that I've seen in person with a paper dial. It's like paper or card or something, instead of the usual aluminium or plastic sometimes. Sadly it's gone yellow, but I think it would have been sort of very pale cream or maybe white with a beige band, because you can see very faintly the ring with minutes on it is slightly different colour. Alright, you can see the movement now. Very dirty, and it doesn't run. So, the first thing we need to do is get the balance wheel out. Let's do that. Get a pair of pliers. Carefully grab it. Don't grab the spring as well, just the pin. There we go. Smith's uses a brass sort of, I don't know what that's called. It's like a flat pin instead of a round one. It's slightly easier to put in. I think Westclocks use that as well sometimes. And if we move the regulator lever to the side, we can fully expose the hairspring. So I'll just get some tweezers and we can unthread it like that. Bit of focus on the camera. There we go. Now we can, oh, I can't get to that nut yet. Okay, we'll have to take the face off next. As we're going to take this apart, we don't need to remember the position of the hands. But yeah, the hour hand doesn't come off sometimes on Smith's clocks. And the alarm is a bit tricky because it's a paper dial. I don't want to scratch that or anything, so I'm going to get this plastic thingy and do it this way. There we go. I thought that would fly off into the distance, but thankfully it didn't. Now we can get this dial off. It's card or paper on I think it's steel back. There we go, pop it off. There we go. Interesting. Now, maybe the dial was made by, I don't know, some third party, based on the fact it's made of a completely different material to what Smiths usually uses. And the logo is unusual. So maybe that's the case, but I don't know what that logo is for, if it's like a particular department store or some sort of promotional thing, I don't know. So let me unscrew this nut here to take the balance wheel out. Because the movement's definitely made by Smiths, it says it up there. I'll show you in a second when I get the bell off. That should be enough. So to take the bell off, just unscrew a couple of these nuts. The earlier ones, I think, had a little cut so you could actually pull the bell off without having to unscrew them all the way. But sadly this one, from 1954 I think this one is, doesn't have that. So once we got the bell off, we can see it says, made in Great Britain by Smiths English Clocks Limited. Very cool. Next thing to do is remove this little alarm tensioning clip. Do that. What I do, I don't know how other people do it, but I just get my end of my screwdriver under the end of it there and just ease it up and around to get past that little hole. Because that hole there stops it from sliding off. And then I just get some pliers and do that. Alright. Then we can just push this alarm thing through. Remove this circlip from the middle. Like that. It's clipped around the middle of the alarm shaft. Like that, you can just pull it out with pliers. Off comes the motion work. And the alarm trip spring. It's the front plate. And the next thing we can do is let the power out of the mainspring. So as the clicks are a bit finicky on alarm clocks, you can do it, like I will now, by taking the pallet out. Just get my thumb on the one of the wheels just to stop it zooming away too quickly. If you just remove the pallet very carefully, like this, tighten it down again, then you can let down slowly the power. Just got the edge of my thumb on one of the wheels, just let it down a bit slower, otherwise I don't want to cause any dramatic things to happen. And if this clock was clean, it would be going a lot faster than this, so I'll probably just let it go now. The dirt and grime is really slowing it down. I think this stamp means September 54, I think. If it means anything at all, that is. I don't know if it does. Alright, and once you've let the power down at the spring, or at least most of it, you can go ahead and just undo these nuts. These nuts. Ha ha ha. Here we go. 3, 2, let me move the camera a bit. 3, 2, 1. Lifting the plates apart. I've already let the power down at the alarm off camera, I should have told you that. Make sure you do both. Oops. Make sure you do both. There's the top plate, covered in dirt. No, back plate, sorry, I don't know why I said top plate. And all the bits also covered in dirt. And we're left with this. Not a huge real benefit to removing this, really. Unless you've got special tools for removing this pinion, it's not worth it really, because sometimes you can lose tension on it. And as you can see, it's not hard to work around it. So, we're going to start cleaning it now. And for that, I've prepared a special solution, which I have mentioned in a previous video. Yep, Safe S. And if we get a cotton bud and dip it in like that, we can see that it is very good at literally melting away this dirt and stuff. Very good. I'm going to do that for the rest of the plates and all the parts. Make sure you clean the balance cups. Probably best to use there's a tool for that I'll get in a second. I'll start by doing the pivot holes like this, as they're the most important parts to clean. Alright, so before I do a bit more of that, I'll just get this stick and give it a good wiggle inside here. There we go, look at that, much better. Put this in the solution. And do the other plate. Could use a bit more. There we go. Right, I'll just do these plates properly now. And I'll do all the parts off camera, because they're very fiddly to do that all the time. Every little bit. So I'll probably end this video here as part 1. And the next video will probably be starting the Chinese one.